Hi, how are you? I am the group leader of Group 8. I'm Shreyas and I'm gonna demonstrate our full stack development project. We have used the technologies Node.js, React.js, Express.js, and MySQL database for the database. So I'm first gonna open the Node.js command prompt and I'm going to connect to the TA management server. So now we have connected to the TA management server and the database. Now I've connected to the TA management app, which is the client-side application, and I'm going to run the website. So now I have successfully run the website. We have four levels of users. One is TA applicants, second is department staff, third is TA committee members, and fourth is instructors. As stated in the requirements, I have created three TA users, and I'm going to walk you through them. TA underscore user is the first TA user. As you can see, I've already applied for a few courses and the status is TA accepted. I'm going to make you go through how the TA application works. So now the TA has the ability to apply for a new application. He can select from the list of courses which are available and which are not already taken. I'll take artificial intelligence for instance. He can add his skills. He can add his experience level, beginner, intermediate, or advanced. He can add any previous courses which he has done. He has the ability to add the dates in which the previous courses he has done. Click on add. He has the ability to add his own CV. So you can click on submit. As you can see, the application has successfully submitted. So now the status of the course which he has applied is now submitted. He can view his status, application, also his CV. Now we have three TA users as I said before. TA user is the first one. TA user 2 is the second TA applicant. He can also do the same. He can apply for a new course. Now he can see his status as submitted. He can log out. So I've also created the third TA applicant user, which I have named as TA user 3, and he can also perform the similar actions for his application. So the full stack development project which we have developed has three TA users, namely TA user 2, TA user 3, and they three can submit their applications individually and review their statuses. So moving on to the next flow of user, who is department staff. Department staff is nothing but he's an administrator and he is responsible for taking the application of the TA applicant and sending it to the TA committee member. So now DS user can see the application of artificial intelligence basic, which is in the status of submitted. He can view this application and send recommendation to the TAC. So now the application data updated successfully for DS, which means that he has sent the recommendations to the TA committee members. So now he can log out and the TA committee member can log in. So yeah, now the status has changed from submitted to review. So now he can the TA committee member can view the application which DS department staff has recommended and add his own comments. He has the ability to either approve this application or reject this application. Either way, the status will get reflected to DS, and DS is the one responsible to show either the approve or reject to the TA applicant. So for now, I'm just approving the application. So application status updated successfully by the TAC. Now the DS user must log in again. Since he is the administrator, he is the one responsible to uh, convey the application status to the TA applicant. So yeah, as you can see, the status has now changed for the artificial intelligence basic as TAC approved, which means that the TAC has approved the TA applicant's application. Now the DS can view this application, and DS is the admin, so is the one responsible to send the application status to the TA applicant. Notify TA. Application data updated successfully for DS. Now the DS has notified the TA applicant. So now the status has been approved. So now I'm logging in with the TA applicant user again. As you can see, the status of the TA applicant has been reflected as approved. Now the TA applicant has two choices. He can either accept the position or reject the position and add his own comments. For this instance, I am accepting the the role which he has gotten. So as you can see, the TA applicant has accepted the position which he has got, and now I'm clicking on accept. So now it's been successful. As you can see, the status has now changed again. This is the final status, which is artificial intelligence basics, which is TA accepted because the TA has accepted his own position. He can view the application. So now the fourth user, the instructor. Instructor is nothing but he just assess the performance of the TA applicant. So this is the login page for the login dashboard for the instructor. As you can see, um, the instructor has the review button only for those courses which are assigned and which are already been accepted by the TA. So now he has the ability to view and review the application. I'm clicking on review. Based on these attributes, namely skills, curriculum, communication, engagement, attitude, he can grade the TA or assess the performance of the TA applicant. Based on the TA's performance, the instructor has the ability to give him as score as he wants. And the instructor has the ability to write his own comments. And now he can submit. So, thank you for viewing our full stack project. This is the fully working flow for all four users, namely TA applicants, department staff, TA committee members, and instructors. As I've mentioned before, we have three TA users. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate how the testing of the application works. So, I have six statuses for my full stack application. It's sub one submitted, two review, three approved by TSC, four rejected by TSC, five TA rejected, six TA accepted. So now I'm gonna log in through TA user again, and I'm gonna show you what happens if the TAC rejects his application or even the TA rejects his position. So for now, I'll just type in a wrong password to show you it throws an error. See, now we have an invalid credentials error. Please try again. This indicates that our application works well and we must input the right password to access the TA dashboard. So I'll start a new application. I'll select blockchain technology. I'll add some skills if he has any. I'll add in any previous courses if he has done. Okay, application submitted successfully. So the status is now submitted. Now I'm logging through the DS user again. I'll type in an invalid password to show you that's working. It throws an error. So now I'm clicking on. Now I'll input the right password to show you the TS dashboard. Okay, now we have blockchain technology listed here. I'm recommending him to the TSC so that the TSC can reject his application. Okay, send the recommendations. Now login out. Okay, logging to the TSC user again. Okay, now what I will do is, now the status has been changed to review, which means that the DS has sent recommendations to TSC, right? Now I'll view his application, and what I'll do is I'll reject his application and add his own, I mean, I'll add a TSC comments for his rejection. And I'm clicking on reject. So the application will successfully get reflected. So now the TA user can log in and check his status of the application. So as you can see, the blockchain technology course, the status is now TAC rejected, which means that the TAC has rejected his application and he cannot do anything. He can apply for a different course and there won't be any instructor evaluation. So now this is a third scenario where the TSC um, accepts the TS application, but the TA rejects his own position. So I feel so I'm creating a new application again with the available courses. Going to the next level of user. So I'll accept his application this time. So as you can see, the status has reflected to TSC approved. And since the DS is the mediator, he has to write his own comments so that the TA can view his application status. So now the TS user can log in, sorry, TA user. So yeah, so now the TA user can log in and see his status has been approved. So this is the final test case, which I am rejecting the position which the TA has got, which means that the TA applicant has rejected the position which he has got. Reject. Now, now you can see the status. Yeah, now the status has been reflected as TA rejected. So this is the final flow of our application where I've tested all the application statuses, which are six, and they are working perfectly fine. The source code which I've used for the server side and client side application will be provided in the GitHub link. Now I'll demonstrate the database which I have used, which is MySQL database. I'll show you how I connect through the database. I use the MySQL command line client to use the to write the queries. TA underscore management is the name of my database. So I use this database to write, select, update, delete queries. I've also used this database to create the schema. For instance, I'll show you the schema of my course list. These are the courses which we have just created while demonstrating the application. I'll also show you the applications which we have created. These are the applications which we have created. To select any specific field, for example, the course ID or status from applications, I'll show you how it works. See, these are the course IDs with the statuses, which I have just demonstrated in the working of my application. So these are the statuses. So I can conclude by saying that the client side, the server side, and the database are in perfect synchronization, and the full stack application is working perfectly fine without any errors. Thank you very much for listening to our project.